to this. When I go through my phone, I get to a certain place where I have to remind myself that this was back when things were normal. You guys, you have heard the tragic story about my sister, Kayla Barfield, and how she was abducted from a hotel parking lot. She took in a woman with a baby that said that she was in a domestic violence situation. But you don't know the story about Kayla Barfield. You don't know the beauty that we know about Kayla Barfield. So join me for story time. I have my favorite wine. And let's just chat. And let's just reminisce back to when things were normal. So I remember flying out to DC, me and one of my girlfriends. We went there to go visit my sister. This particular weekend was so special because she just closed on her house. Y'all, when I say she was so excited, she got this house in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And when I tell you, it was perfect for her. Now, my sister, she's a DIYer. She was a DIYer. She wanted to put her touch on everything. So the fact that she got a 100-year-old home was not unlike my sister Kayla. Whoo, child, wasn't for me though, okay? When I tell you, when she walked in the house, she was like, oh man, the 100-year-old floors, they need to be removed. They need to be completely repurposed. Oh, these walls, these plaster walls, they need to be redone. When I say my sister was like, I'm the one for the job, that's my place. I said, more power to you, my love, because that's not the life I'm living over here. As you can probably tell, I am the extra sister. Totally extra, totally out there. Now, for everybody that's already purchased a Justice for Kayla t-shirt, you already have seen and experienced the type of artist that she was. So when sis told me that she got this old dresser off of the curb and she wanted to repurpose it, y'all, this is who my sister was. But she made it so fabulous. When I say she made this piece absolutely exquisite, you would have thought that it came straight out of the store. One of her favorite things to do when we would come to visit her in DC was take us to the museums. She loved to go show us the African American Museum. We went to the Holocaust Museum. She wanted to show us all of the things. She always got a kick out of the fact that we could go to the museums without having to pay any money. I guess what I'm trying to say in all of this is that Kayla, she was a real person. She was more than what we've all seen now in the backseat of a car. She was a mother of 2 beautiful kids. She was a sister, my baby sister. You know, she was always so proud of the things that I was doing, and she would always try to give me a call and say, hey Jay, look at what I made, or hey Jay, this is what happened in my business today. She never really realized that I relied on her because I knew that she was so proud of me. I relied on her because I had to be strong for her. I knew that she was watching. So every single time that she would send me a message and say, hey Jay, look at me, I'm doing this, I knew that she wanted me to pay attention because she wanted to make me proud. One of my most fondest memories of my sister will always be her dimples. She had the deepest dimples and the brightest smile. Now, I thought I had some straight dimples, but no, sis, let me show you guys how beautiful her dimples were. I think one of the things I'm gonna miss most are these right here, those dimples. Every time she smiled, she lit up the entire room. I miss my baby sister. I guess what I'm trying to say is, my sister, she was a person. So that's why I'm reaching out to everybody. Every woman on here, we all have something in common. We know how unsafe it can be for us out here. And now I know more than ever, unfortunately. I need you guys to continue to share these videos, like these posts. Every single time you tag the DC Police Department, or you tag an influential crime solver, you tag anybody that can shed just a little bit of light on the Justice for Kayla, it moves us a little bit closer so that none of us have to ever go through this again. My sister, she was abducted, held for ransom. The police knew about it, and these are the facts, part 2.
I didn't even know she had a job, and I hear her mom say it. Like, I'm just concerned. Like, I don't know. And it's like, Kayla knows that she's been helping me, and I've been helping her, but I don't want her going down the wrong path. It's nothing I can say Like, I've tried helping her in the shower. I've even bathed Kayla. Like, I really have grown to love her son. I don't know what's going on.
T mentions that she really wanted to help my sister, that she even bathed her. Did she have to bathe her because she had held her captive for an entire week and my sister was unable to help herself? Another thing is, this woman sounds absolutely delusional. She has only known my sister since February 27th. And here we are, this recording on March the 7th. This is making no sense to me.
I was scared to call you, but so we're in the car right now because she paid for 2 days. I've been having to help her out, so somebody has sent her money. So I showed her that somebody sent her money. She like, oh, I'm about to get some liquor. So between me and you, I did. Somebody was taking money out of her car. I stopped it. So I just put it like on a lock. So that's one of them. Then I put I hid like her car inside of her purse, so she can't like get it.
You guys, in this video, did you hear the part where T said that she saw that money came through and people were stealing money off of that card? I can't understand why these transactions have not been investigated by the police. You guys, what about the part where she said that she showed Kayla where money was being sent? Could we be talking about the same money that T was soliciting, acting as if she were my sister, saying that she needed money from my mom, and my mom sent over several cash apps? Could we be talking about that? Again, another traceable event. You guys, I'm not a detective. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's not this easy. But they had to get the money off of the Cash App card somehow. Could they have gotten it from transferring from her Cash App to another? Or perhaps, couldn't they have gone to an ATM? Where are the cameras around the surrounding area which shows money being withdrawn from my sister's account to whomever is receiving it? These are just the facts. In 2019, according to this article, over 140 high-tech surveillance cameras are about to be installed in DC to help limit violence. And speaking of cameras, let me remind you of this clip.
Do you know where Rhode Island Avenue Station is? Yeah. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Looky, looky. According to Google, or thanks to Google, this is actually the camera right above Rhode Island Station. Now, you guys, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. This is the strongest I've ever had to fight. To see that a life, my sister's life, a woman's life, anybody's life, is not being, their life is not being taken seriously enough to investigate someone doing such unimaginable things to them is beyond me. That's my baby sister. My baby sister was stolen from me. My baby sister was stolen from my mother. She was stolen from her 2 children. And she wasn't just stolen. She was snatched, tragically, trying to help someone. I need you guys to help me find justice for Kayla. I really didn't even want to put everything out here like this. I really didn't. I don't even think it was even necessary to get this far. But because DC Homicide, because you have chosen not to really investigate this as a crime, because my sister said that she fell down the stairs, this is why I need to come to the public. These people that are still out here walking these streets, they need to be taken off of them immediately. We have got to find them so that they can be put behind bars. So I need you guys to keep tagging the DC Police Department. I need you guys to keep tagging these influential crime solvers. I need you guys to keep boosting these. I need you guys to keep on fighting for justice for Kayla like you have been. Justice for Kayla is near.
It's been too long and I'm lost without you. What am I gonna do? Said I've been needing you. So needing you. Is your heart still mine?
My sister was abducted, held for ransom, and ultimately unalived. You guys have been asking for an update, so here we go. But first, let me give you a little bit of a recap. So back in March of 2022, my sister met a woman that had a baby that needed some help. The woman said that she was in a domestic violence situation and she needed some safe shelter. My sister took her in, and from that point forward, they then abducted my sister, held her for ransom, and this happened over a period of 5 days. During this entire week that they had her, they extorted her, they tortured her, and then ultimately she was unalived from the injuries that she sustained. Unfortunately, we hadn't gotten a whole lot of success with the police. They have been very much so unresponsive, and the family, we have just been left with more questions than answers. It's because of this that we decided to take it to social media. And when I say it's because of you guys, we seemingly got a little bit of movement. So I spoke with the detectives yesterday, and what they told me, they said that unfortunately they have such a huge caseload out there in Washington, D.C., and they are receiving cases by the day, brand new cases by the day. Unfortunately, this continues to push some of the other cases that are still active. It pushes them further and further down on the priority list. Like, you straight up told me that my sister is not even on the priority list. But I digress. So let me briefly just kind of paint the picture for you here. So over the course of a week, they had taken my sister's vehicle with her in it, and they pretty much drove around the city of Washington, D.C. The reason why I know this is because there's a series of audio recordings which you can actually hear. You just have to go back to some of the older videos that I posted. Okay, so back to the update. So the police, they said after a year, they finally received a positive identification on some fingerprints that were found in my sister's car. Unfortunately, that's all that they were able to let me know at this point because they don't want to mess up the investigation, which I respect. So now we just wait. We wait to see what happens next. And like I told the detectives, it's my intention that I am going to bug them every single solitary week until justice for my sister is served. I thank you guys so much for standing with me in my fight for justice for Kayla. We can continue this fight if you continue to tag the local officials out there in Washington, D.C. You continue to tag the D.C. Police Department, and you continue to tag influencers that have dedicated their platforms to crime solving. Another question that I had for them was about the Cash App reports. I know that during that time that my sister was abducted, I know that there were a series of Cash App transactions that happened where my mother sent a Cash App or several Cash Apps over to my sister's account. I'm like, well, there's a paper trail there. Follow the money. Like, just follow the money. Unfortunately, they said that they had still not pulled those Cash App reports. And I let them know that by the time that we spoke again next, I really, really expected that I would have some additional information about that, because I truly believe like that is what's going to crack the case wide open. So you guys let me know in the comments if there are any questions that I should be asking them, or any questions that you have specifically that I can answer for you as relates to any of the updates that I just received. But like I told you, I'm going to show up every single day for my sister, whether it's here, whether it's calling the police. Justice for Kayla is very much so alive and well.